Hey folks, I want to do a video really quick here to explain how placing in a binary should work. And specifically, this is for people who've been placing over in another company where there was kind of some different philosophy of how to use the binary. And I want to show you how the traditional way to use a binary should be implemented. So we're going to come over to my blackboard here. And the way that this should go is here's you. You're the little yellow person. And what you need to understand about a binary is every binary is pretty much set up the same way. You've got to get u plus 2. Okay? So u plus 2, and now you've started your binary. Now you've started your tree. Now let's just hypothesize for a moment, because everybody here, if you're watching this, you have somebody above you, and we will call this your sponsor. Okay? Your sponsor also has a binary tree, and it's coming out here somewhere, okay? So we won't build that out. We're just going to put you in here. Your sponsor's in here, and they also have a left and a right to their binary. Now, this part of the binary is pretty straightforward. Most people understand that. You got a left and a right, and they have to balance so that you can get paid. What has been happening in this other operation, which most of you are familiar with, is in order to rank up, you had to get a left and a right and then rank them up and then rank them up and then rank them up. So what was mistakenly happening is the sponsor was going down and building all these inner legs, or we've sometimes referred to them as orphans. And that's not the way it's supposed to work. The way it should work is like I'm going to describe it to you right here. If you're on the left side of your sponsor, anybody who is in team volume should come into the left side. So let's say that you want to build a bunch of people together on your left. You keep putting them in there. And then your sponsor comes in, and your sponsor wants to put somebody in their business. It has to go on the left or the right. So they come into your left side and they place, let's say they put 2 people in there. Okay. Well, all that volume is going to come up through your 2 people's left side and your left side, all the way up to your sponsor's left side and all the way up. Okay. Now you come along and you place some more people in here. And let's say you get your inside leg building. And so you've got some good volume here. And anybody who you place in there, they're going to have their left and right as well. So let's say that this person right here decides to start building. So they put their left person in. Their right person has to go on the right side. Well, it's underneath all these other people that you put into the business. Now, what you're going to notice here is the person that I just put in orange, all their volume flows up to the yellow right side, the yellow right side, all the way up until it gets to your right side, which then accumulates and it becomes your sponsor's left side. You see how that works? Now, in this way, this is how you should build your business. And what you have to understand, what you need to understand, you got to recondition your mind here. It is much more advantageous to place on your left or your right than it is to go deep and start placing on in all these inner legs. The philosophy with a binary should be a left team and a right team. And a person is either on your left team or they're on your right team, and all that team volume works together. So here's why it's beneficial. All these people on the right side of you, all these people are benefiting from you. Okay, now just imagine if all those individual positions, those lower positions, let's call them 4, 5, and 6, what if they were all stuck over here in the middle somewhere? Well, nobody on the right side is benefiting from that. And so what it does is it leaves everybody cumulative with less volume. When you build the binary this way, when you put everybody on your left or everybody on your right, and then you go down, what it does is it makes the person, the individual, responsible to build their inside leg. And so the outside becomes the strong leg, usually, not always, but usually. The outside becomes a strong leg. The inside becomes what you might have referred to as a pay leg. And what you're doing here is you're building momentum in your business. Network marketing is not designed as a mass marketing tool. If businesses wanted to market their product through mass marketing, they would do that. They would just pay for advertising and they would do mass marketing. Network marketing is a relationship business. And understanding that, what our job as network marketers is to actually build that relationship. And so the way we do that is we keep putting people on either our left or our right. And it kind of comes back to that philosophy. If you join my team, I will meet your 25% with 25%. I'll meet your 50% with 50%. If you give 100%, I'll meet you at least 100%, or I'll meet you even further. And so it's this idea that we're working together, but if somebody's not working, then they don't build their business and you're not putting your energy into them. So let's come back to the tree here. Let's say that now your inside leg is working pretty well, or your right side, and you need to place some more people and you decide to put them on your left side over here. And then this person that you built, they really decide to go gung-ho over here. Okay, so I'm going to put them in, let's do them in green. Okay, so they decide, they put someone on their left and their right, and they really get their team going here, okay? And they put lots and lots of people in here. Well, here's what happens. Let's say this person, we're just going to say this person really ranks up a lot, and they're generating 10,000 points of volume a week, okay? Well, guess what happens? Now, this person that your sponsor put in, they're also getting that same 10,000 points a week. And this person is getting 10,000 points a week. And this person is getting 10,000 points a week. And this person is getting 10,000 points a week. And you're getting 10,000 points a week from your left side. And your sponsor is getting 10,000. And it goes all the way up the binary in that way. Okay? This is why it's so important to build on the outside. Because just think for a moment, if you have entered into this business and you have from your people above you and from your people below you, all this volume flowing into one side, does that motivate you to build your weak side? The answer is yeah, it totally motivates you because half the work's done for you. Your team leg is rocking and rolling. Your team leg is making a ton of profit over here, a ton of money, and your job is to go balance it out with your inside or your weak leg, the one that you control. Okay, so all these positions right now, if you're comparing this to another company that you've been involved with, you may notice that there's people down there that have one or two people and they're not very motivated. If they were on a team leg like this, they'd be very motivated because they would have thousands and thousands of points of volume. It's one of the ways you keep them on autosaver or on auto ship. One of the ways you do that is you show them how much volume is going to flush out if they go off their autosaver. So you say, look, Patty, Sherry, Chris, Tim, Bob, Larry, whoever you are, look, if you go off your autosaver, you've got thousands and thousands of points that are banking over here, and you're going to lose all that. And then they might come back at you and say, well, you know what? It's just too much work. But here's the thing. Watch this. Okay. So I'm going to go back to full screen. I said that this person down here is generating 10,000 points a week. The next week, guess what happens? They generate another 10,000 points. And if this person that's in blue they didn't get paid on that, it banks and it's just become 20,000 points. And the same thing for this person. It's just become 20,000 points. And for this person, it's become 20,000 points, and on and on and on. And one of the beautiful things about a traditional binary like the one that you're seeing here with Rain, one of the beautiful things about it is that volume doesn't flush. And so you could literally be sitting there on thousands and thousands and thousands of points of volume. And when you suddenly are looking at that and you're like, man, I have 20,000 points of volume, or I have 100,000 points of volume. I have a friend that's in this business right now. She has over 1 million points of volume on her team leg. Do you think she's motivated to build her inside? The answer is yes. She's super, super motivated, and she's actually above us in our team. And we're on her weak side. She wants to have our team really take off because she's got over 1 million points on one of her legs, and she's wanting us to come along and help balance it out. So she's very motivated to help us. Why? Because she's got all that volume on her strong team leg. So that's why it's so important when you're building a binary, put people on your left and put people on your right, and don't go to the inside legs. The inside legs This is reserved for the people below you, the people that are sponsoring their people. Now, I want to say this. It's not to say you can't put somebody on the inside leg. It's just not advantageous. It breaks the general philosophy of how the binary should work. If you build it this way, you always put someone on the left side, you always put someone on the right side, and you're just constantly going on the outside legs, as we refer to it, then what it does is it really motivates the team collectively, and you will build a much stronger organization for this. The other thing I want to say about it, in this model, and with Rain, you are not penalized for not building the inside legs. In that other business that we're not going to mention their name, if you don't have all those inside legs built for structure, as I call it, then you can't rank up. That is not the case with Rain. You could have 10,000 points of volume from your left, 10,000 points of volume from your right, and it doesn't matter if they're in the inside legs or the outside legs. It all works exactly the same way. So this is the way it should be done. Last thing I want to say about this as a team is I want to say this. When you're placing your people, try to put them together, okay? And I'll just use myself as an example here. On my right side is primarily my Canadians, because Aaron, who you guys all probably know at this point, that does say Canadian. Erin is on my right side, and so she's in Canada, and she's really excited to build this thing. So do you think it really motivates her if I had another random Canadian and I put them on the left? No, it doesn't. So what I'm doing is I take all my Canadians and I put them on the right. There's some other people that are in my circle of influence that knew Erin, and I put them all on my right. So they're personal enrollments of mine, but they're way down here in the tree because I keep putting them on the right. And so, I come in here and I put someone in here. In fact, that one in the other video, Berna doesn't know Aaron, but I know that Berna is really going to connect with Aaron. So I just went ahead and put Berna all the way over here on the right side because I know that that's a good relationship, okay? I know that Chuck is involved in a circle of friends that Aaron's involved in, even though Chuck's my personal enrollment. I put Chuck over here on the right side. Why? Because I want him and Aaron to be able to work together freely. Okay. So in that way, when you have people that are of similar mindset, you want to put them together. Also, so what I'm doing on my left side over here, what you'll find is there's people that are connected to a lot of you that are watching this video. I don't want to drop specific names here, but there's people that are connected on that side, and I'm putting all those people together. Make sure they're all connected because you're friends, you know each other, so you're going to work together. And by doing that, when we put everybody on the left side, everybody benefits. There's no more orphans. There's no more like, oh, well, he's cross-line, she's cross-line. I'll never benefit from her. I'll never benefit. It doesn't matter. We're putting it all together, so everybody's in your team, everybody's on the strong leg together. And then you individually will build your downlines, your individual downlines. But as a team, we keep everybody together. If you trust me on this, I promise you will build a stronger organization. More people will get paid more frequently, and there will actually be more money to go around when you do this the right way. Okay? I hope this was helpful for you. And if you have any questions about it, there's actually one more thing. I know this video is getting a little longer than I meant for it to go, but this is a really, really important principle. I'm going to change my pen color here. And I want to show you what happens in Rain when you do 3 business centers. So when you do 3 business centers, let's assume that this is you up here. Okay, so I'll circle you. Okay, so this is you. And when you upgrade to 3 business centers, whenever you choose to do that, it literally plugs in a business center here and a business center here. So that'll be business center 2 and business center 3. And what that does is those business centers now get their own inside leg, but the outside leg is part of the team. So now when you get ready to, you can come in and start building this inside leg, and you get paid on business center 2 as though it was a completely different business. And then when you get ready to, you can start building the inside leg of business center 3, and you'll start getting paid on business center 3. The benefit of going ahead and upgrading and getting your 3 business centers is you start banking volume. So let's say that over the next 12 months, you're not ready to build business center 2, but let's say you go drive 100,000 points of volume through your left side. Well, wouldn't it be great for that 100,000 points of volume to be banked in business center 2 so that when you do start building business center 2, you've already got a 100,000 point head start on your left side? Wouldn't that be great to have that kind of volume sitting there just waiting to be balanced? The answer is yeah, absolutely. And since it doesn't flush, since it doesn't disappear, there's no limit to how long you can keep it there. So that's why the business centers 2 and 3 are very valuable. It's an upgrade. It's a $600, well, $590 US upgrade. But understand that when you do that, you're actually paying only for product, and it's discounted product. So if you're thinking you're going to use the product anyway, just go ahead and do that upgrade. And here's the other thing. When you do one of those upgrades, depending on which one you do, and we might need to get some clarity on this, but it actually takes care of your auto saver for a few months. So you don't have to pay for your auto ship every month. For maybe 3 or 4 months, depends on how much product you get there. But if you buy enough product up front, you can basically prepay your auto ship. And so that's kind of a nice thing if you're trying to balance out cash flow and stuff like that. So it's very advantageous to upgrade to the 3 business centers, to get Business Center 2 and Business Center 3 in there. It's very advantageous to do it. It's advantageous to do it early on so you can bank all that volume. And then when it comes to building those business centers, here's the rule. The principle is that we want to build the outsides first. So build your main Business Center 1 left, Business Center 1 right. Build those 2 legs first. And then when you max those out, you can come in and start building Business Center 2 inside leg, and then Business Center 3 inside leg. Okay, so that order is the best way to maximize your gains. That's the fastest way to do such. So that's kind of the general philosophy here. All right, I hope this was helpful for you. I know it went a little bit longer, but this is just kind of some critical orientation that you guys need, especially as you're transitioning from a different company and making some new adjustments in your thinking. All right, talk to you later.